Yo, what is going on, guys? TymeStopper here, coming back at you another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, in this video, we're here talking about brand new champions that were just data mined in the game that are coming, that are going to be free for you to get. Legendaries, epics, and a bunch of other ones that we don't even know all the info on yet. So before I get ahead of myself, let's jump into the video. Okay guys, so all of you know by now that patch 5.50 is live in the game. Now, you know, they always send us these wonky patch notes that have a little bit of information in them and not a ton of stuff. And of course, there's always some stuff that's just kind of hidden in there that we don't know about. Now, some of the stuff I think should probably be in the patch notes, which a lot of time is why I talk about them here and in the Discord. But so things like, for example, everybody knows the arena's kind of been busted, and you know, you see these one-man defenses in Gold Arena, and most of that happened because, well, they changed the coding in the background so that what was happening was you were only able to lose 5 total battles on defense per day. Well, they changed it to 12 at one point, and now it looks like in both Gold 4 and Gold 5, you can lose up to 15 battles per day. Now, they may continue to adjust this and feel it out as they see fit, you know, based on point inflation, deflation for people getting into Platinum Arena. But as of right now, live in the game, in Gold 4 and Gold 5, you can lose a maximum of 15 battles on defense per day. So you don't have to worry about necessarily putting your one-man defense up if you're doing a bunch of battles and things like that. If you're not using all your tokens every day and you want to make sure you stay in gold, of course, you may want to put some kind of defense up so that you don't drop too far and you're still able to farm those gold medals. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about some new champions that have just been data mined in the game. Now, some of this information is coming, of course, from those data miners, but some of it has already been released into the wild, I'm assuming by Plarium, because it's all over several websites, and I'll show them to you here. First and foremost, we have Steam Game Guides releasing some information over here. We have releasing some information, as well as Gaming on Phone and a number of others. Now, the information that has been data mined has some slightly different dates on it, so I'm not sure exactly what these dates are going to be on the 7-day login champion. But first and foremost, it looks like we are going to be getting another 7-day login champion, kind of like they did the Ninja and the Alexander one, and it's going to be this champion here, called Deliana. Now, we know that this is actually real because if you look on one of these images, you can see that this even says image via Plarium. So they're even quoting Plarium as this is from where the image is. It isn't something that someone else made up. Now, again, the dates are slightly different. The data mine dates say like the 25th through the 29th of July. They're saying it's May 23rd through July 28th. Either way, you just have to log in for 7 days to get this champion. Now, we do know that this is supposed to be part of Raid's 3rd anniversary, which has kind of been going on forever, if you ask me. But hey, that's another story altogether. Now, it says that it'll be a welcome addition to the roster. It also mentions that when creating a profile, it says new customers can use the promo code MyDeliana. Now, I tried this. It is not active yet. It also says new customers can use it. So we've seen some promo codes in the past that are only good for new people, like within 24 or 48 hours of signing up an account. And we've also seen ones that are longer. Now, I would bet that this is probably going to be one that everybody can use, because in the past we did have one with Ninja and one with Alexander that anyone could use that promo code. It probably will not go live until this champion event starts, either on the 23rd or the 25th. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But it mentions that you're going to get a bunch of XP brews to immediately degree up. I'm assuming they mean to rank up. So I don't know if they're going to give us some chickens and some brews to kind of level this champion right away. Maybe some potions to ascend them or whatever. We do have a little bit of information on it. Now, one other thing to mention here is the skill kit. Now, they don't talk about the skill kit there, but we do have some information on that skill kit at this point. So as you can see here, this is supposedly what it's going to look like in game when you do the 7-day login. So it looks like maybe they're going to be giving us some accuracy gear for the 7 days. So generally in the past for new players, this gear has replaced the original lifesteal set that you get. So I don't know if that's still going to be the case or not. And then of course you will have, for existing players, this would be the gear they would most likely get. And then you would get Deliana on that 7th day. Now it does talk briefly about her kit here. So most of these sound pretty normal. It says helps her team feed off her enemy's misery. So that means that she probably has like a leech on her A1 from the sound of it. Breaks the resistance of her enemies. Now, I don't know if that is a decrease resistance skill, which is one of the newer ones to the game. It would make sense because we don't have a ton of champions that do that quite yet. So it would make sense if they were trying to introduce it to kind of everybody and make it so that it's an accessible skill for everybody to get a hold of, that they would put it in a login champion that everybody can get a hold of for this time period. And then it says blocks the enemy team's buffs and heals her allies. So maybe a block buff skill in there along with a heal. A lot of this sounds like it could be super useful for Hydra, if you ask me. Leech is great for the Hydra. Decreasing the resistance is awesome for Hydra. You know, they did make mention of potentially trying to make Hydra a little bit easier for some players. Maybe this is one of their ways of going about it. I hope this is not the only way, but either way, you can see the art here. Looks pretty dope if you ask me. But yeah, it looks like everybody should be able to get this champion. And then, of course, hopefully that promo code will go live for everybody to get as well, so that everybody can pick up this champion. Now, the second thing that we have that has been data mined is going to be the newest daily login champion. So as you know, if we go over to our daily login rewards, once you hit 270 days, you basically hit this wall of there's no more like specific thing, like the calendar just repeats. And there's been some champions, and they first came out with a legendary champion, and then they changed it right after that. The next champion came out was an epic champion for the daily logins, and they said that that's kind of the pattern that they were looking to go by. And right now, the most recent one is Gerda Bogbrew. As you can see, I'm kind of working on her fragments now, but for anyone that has been playing the game for a really long time, they're almost ready to get that next champion. And it looks like Plarium has already added that next champion into the game files, and it's going to be Lady Iresh. Now, just like before, this won't take 4 months to get all the fragments. It should only take 2 months to get all of the fragments for this champion. We don't have any info on the skills yet or anything like that, just the portrait and some real basic information, but that has already been dropped in there. Hopefully it's not as bad a champion as the last epic for you guys that are already got him or whatever. It's Scion. I mean, he was a cool looking champion. If we go look at him he's in Demon's Spawn, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cool looking champion overall. Yeah, here. Pretty cool looking champion, but his kit has yet to be desired. Like, he just doesn't have the right kit that's going to be useful at that point in the game to you. And honestly, I don't know that they can really come up with a lot that can be. By the time you're on to this next champion, you got to figure 271 days plus 4 months for the first champion, 2 months for the next one, 4 months for Gerda, and then another 2 months. You're basically 2 years into the game. It's not like they're going to be able to throw a game changer in there for you for free or anything like that. So I don't expect it to be like the best champion in the world. It might be very niche or something like that, but either way, don't expect a ton. It's probably going to be a little bit of a letdown. It is an epic champion, so it's not like it's going to be completely broken or anything like that. Now, lastly, the last thing that we have that's been data mined out of the game files is some new champion portraits. Now, literally no information on these champions. I don't know if they're going to be legendary. I don't know if they're going to be epic. I don't know how they're going to be acquired, if they're going to be fusions, if they're going to be part of a fusion, if they're going to be login champions, literally no information whatsoever. But I do know that their portraits were dropped into the game files, and we've only recently had new Doom Tower champions that were added. So I find it hard to believe that they would be any form of like further down the road Doom Tower champion. So it leads me to believe they might be either a new fusion champion along with parts of that fusion champion that are coming out, or some other type of special event type champions or something like that. But not a ton of information there, obviously, but I do want to get the portraits out because some of them look pretty cool if you look at the way they're designed and things like that. I mean, obviously, Raid does an excellent job with their artwork and things like that, so no fault there. Hopefully, their skills go to match. Don't have any information on their skills, what they do, or anything like that, so a little bit of a letdown in my news department, but you know, hey, you got to work with what you got, right? But I did just want to get this data mined information out to you super quick and things like that. But that's about all I have for today, guys. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you did like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, and of course, as always, until next time, be good.